super decadent. It's fudgy, it's delicious. Best brownies ever, yum. I have a recipe that I think is the greatest brownie of all time. Now, I'm gonna let you be the judge, but let me tell you something. To me, a great brownie is full of chocolate. It's really fudgy and rich, but it's still light. It shouldn't knock you over with the heaviness of it. So it's this interesting balance of rich, fudgy, but still incorporating a little bit of air, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Firstly, you need to melt some butter, right? You don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold. In fact, I use one of these. I've got a little thermometer. I just make sure it's sort of somewhere around 90 degrees. Look, we're at 110. That'll cool down, and by the time I use it, it'll probably be around 90. I've got sugar. I use white sugar. I've got eggs, vanilla, a little salt, some all-purpose flour, good quality cocoa. This makes the world of difference. When it comes to a brownie, you want great quality cocoa. This is from Holland. And chocolate chips. You can use big, you can use small. I'm using tiny little itsy bitsy ones because I want the ratio of chocolate really nicely spread through my brownie. So I've got 4 eggs, and I'm gonna go ahead, combine my eggs and my sugar. All right, so we're gonna incorporate a little air. We all know that when you use eggs and you whisk them, they will get nice and voluminous, right? So we're gonna capitalize on that here because we want a little bit of air in our batter. So you can use a stick blender like me. I'm using a double beater. You can see pretty quickly, it starts to get quite light and quite airy. All right. That's looking pretty beautiful, nice and light and airy. It'll actually lighten up in color. Here's why we don't let our butter get too warm. Because if you pour hot butter into here, what's gonna happen to our eggs? It's gonna deflate. You're gonna take lots of that air that you've worked so hard to get in there, so of course that's not what you wanna do. Okay, once you've incorporated all of that air into those beautiful eggs and sugar, then we start adding our butter. So you're just gonna pour it in nice and slowly. Keep whisking it the whole time. This technique is the same one that you use to make macarons, right? So you're kind of whisking it to keep that nice, light airiness, but incorporating the butter. That will substantially change the flavor. Oh man, yeah, it's good. All right, a little bit of vanilla. That's vanilla extract. We add our salt, our flour, and our cocoa. You can always turn it off. That's why you like using these great little immersion blenders, which is a double-headed whisk, because you can kind of just turn it off and continue to stir it and get a real good feel for it. And lastly, we incorporate our chocolate. I always remove my mixer and just sort of let it run for a second, and it sort of flicks off any excess, and then you don't give the kids too much to, you know. Then you get yourself some kind of square or rectangle brownie container, right? This is non-stick. If yours isn't non-stick, you might need to line it or at least spray it with a little bit of butter. And then have a look at the consistency of this. It's still light and fluffy, but you can also tell it's gonna be fudgy and fantastic. Go ahead and dump it in. It's taking all my power not to stick my finger in here right now. It's a good thing you're watching, otherwise I probably would. Once you've got all of your mix into the container, just use the back of your spatula and just gently kind of push it into all of the corners. Now, you can make it perfectly smooth. You can leave it with a little bit of a ripple. That'll actually give you a little bit of extra crunch. I am gonna put a frosting on mine, so I'm actually gonna get mine pretty nice and smooth. Okay, spread that mix out. We're gonna pop it in the oven, 325 degrees. It goes in for about 25, 28 minutes. Keep your eye on it at that 25-minute mark. And get ready, I'll be on the couch. Our brownies have been baking for about 25 minutes. They're looking pretty fantastic. What you'll notice is they do rise. That egg from incorporating the air is gonna souffle the whole thing up, and that's what gives it its lightness. Now, once we take it out of the oven, it's gonna drop. That's normal, that's okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get these out. Oh. Look at that brownie. Now here's the thing, the eggs that we whisked, right, we made it really nice and light. That's what's made it souffle. See how it's nearly filled the tray? Now, once that sits here for a minute, it's actually gonna slowly release and go back down, but it will still keep a nice lightness to the brownie. We put a lot of chocolate, a lot of eggs, a lot of butter, and a lot of sugar. So it's gonna be rich and it's gonna be really fudgy, but that egg, by incorporating the air, will just give it that nice lightness. All right, now for the hardest 25 minutes of your life. You need to wait while your kitchen's filled with this incredible aroma. Don't cut into it, don't touch it, just leave it be for 25 minutes. I'm gonna leave because if I stand here, it's gonna drive me insane. Okay, the moment of truth, 25 minutes has passed. Now, of course, if you want, you could cut directly into your container, or, because I'm using a good non-stick, it's gonna release for me. If you wanna grease it, you can. If you wanna line it with parchment, you can. But I don't need to. You ready for this? 1, 2, 3, and out she comes, perfect. And then, of course, you want to flip that back over. Just get underneath it and flip it over like that. Now, cut this as big or as small as you want. I'm just going to go nice, big, generous portion straight on through. Look how it sticks to my knife. I told you it was going to be fudgy. Of course, I'm greedy, so I'm taking the corner piece because I do love that little bit of crunch, that little bit of crust. So of course you can let these cool, you can stick these little squares in the kids' lunch boxes, they're gonna absolutely love them. But while it's warm, take the moment. A little bit of semi-whipped cream, don't over whip your cream, see how it's just a little runny still? Over whipped cream always gets a little bit dry, so just leave it just semi-whipped, generous little dollop there. Got a few chocolate pearls. I've even got a bit of powdered sugar, because maybe even a little bit of cocoa. Look at that beautiful moisture that you're getting. Absolutely divine. It's not your average brownie. Oh yeah. That's good. I don't know about you. I do love that little crunch on the outside, so I'm gonna get a piece with that. That little bit of whipped cream. It's super decadent, it's fudgy, it's delicious. Best brownies ever. Yum.
And thanks for watching. Now, I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you want more, because I've got plenty to give you. All you have to do is subscribe.